Okay. You have for Edamuna say, and you may say, Abaka Jumedi, who say, Mufanchen Kakra, a Bray agency, Beshig Mediana Sono, a Brenetro Movabri, a little bit of technical chintin among you to Yan Shade Mediana Sono, but send your Tibia, send your share, Mobo say, you bet me did you media Amamono, and then see any of Coswa, said your Tibia or say it to me. I fulfill and promise, and in see, and I did you media. Bremo Sabre, but said yet to be an able modern CBD evidence of a paper and be to me. Come. Where the maiden edition of Kofi ShowBeez and Jubedi, idea bedin como idea far entertainment, politics, socioeconomics, ne affair so culture and your mahuro be bringing someone who are course or Ghana, any America could be and who anybody and who uncommon. My pam for our Hamed in Abacount and into me the one Abacount in your quiet. Yeah, started conversation. You Anefi Ajiman Okofo or so. I feel so. About him about cope. About him one no size. And so our one so I feel so. Tagos about the kind sat near quite at the Medina share so needing common. But a bright chat ago, a beji, Vinya quiet and eating common. We have a money I'm to say.
Nyamana dom fifi ya ho ye na nso e
Adumo. Okay. I'm saying that the time net here me brainty ye be bobo ne maso to and na made in addition Yabuta said this will be the one of the biggest show ever in the States, ever entertainment, any other issues as well. So I'm saying in a couple of weeks now, and there is a ongoing issue which has been going on about and legendly friend is saying Lumba. Na sabre ya can say idea what one and so a so na idea literally ayedeja and someone who are coso and into no sabre copy courts court so candidate sabre court assure so Kofi nkoka na musambra back on the 28 to 27th of this very month. Na said and some konoba what you say.
In fact, the case Nidia is very sad. It just is very, very heartbreaking. And I think that there's a lesson that we all have to learn from this. I'm a bit confused with what the whole tuggle is, what it's about. Mitiasi said there was the first wife, on the board, Bryce started Branase or Germany, right? And the second wife will say whatever it is, or Ghana, and then I will about Insia. But my question, Fifi, is that the first wife, while this man was sick or ill, call Ghana,
Yeah.
I didn't know, and I said, did she ever take initiative? So, or Kobusia for him, there are some or name said because we all don't know. Be a can't what I say. But from my perspective, minim how omujaya or rare. I have not really been following in depth like that. But my question is not or yarina or Nimami we say no, you kind of say or Dobro News or whatever her name is, At now for all these years, 6 kids later, what was she doing? Did she take initiative, say, Bia or the Kotobusiafo nim? Did the Busiafo also know say Wariana a goo and answer saying like give me so wouldn't be Bia or they just explain it to me, Kakra, because because if that's the case, Nessa Bia, she was aware, say
so the Akoba say what I mean can
Mitonka. You're frozen, but Mitonka.
Yeah. So the Akoba say says over 17 years ago and said Tawntabo Montem no Ulumba no betna Ghana. Tenemu no ne oba Brunino ehhehye ho abefem sabre. However, at a point in time, the whole Germany fed up and adwinsan ko pe our jaye and on the court to throw the ma ceremony adin nyina the mass for Lumba so responded in 10 days. However, no, also responding in 10 days. I think so responding after 20 something days. No, no responding yet. The respond or the call any the nyamba out here. The no respond or the call any nyamba out here. And the obani the call ya no so no na o share letter no no enu actually no sa de nsa akoma abusiafo so oje awade. But yenka hu ni say performance no so no sa call court ekoye dey ekoware ye nti ordinance no ewo ho. Nti nsa no kwa ntumi nwu awade no. On say na nakwakoye no. Nti no that's what happened. Nti no ewo ho. And Luma no so ye dey ewo ho. So na me che no sa Bruni no so Bruni no so wo Ghana ono be ma ne wo Ghana sa na de no kokoye ekoye.
Okay. 85 my question is say our real obiti one country they are apart. What the fear and sakono mentally, physically, emotionally no you've both detached from the union. The only issue amanaye complicating. Oh, the main fan says and Kalumba wasn't the man he is. And the only Japadia and I say anything krana. Do you really think that this will be a court matter? Say do you understand? You know, it's almost like they're fighting over assets. But I was someone realized it says, Sebio, if you ask the we will leave one day. What they need to realize, they said there are children involved. What I say, and kolano momna. You see, that's why it's so important to put a will in place. I wish I said like Ludba knows better than to leave Nechise. Come on, you know something has to be in writing. Something you need to make clear of things. Because how do you be apart from so many things? I'm sure said both women are fighting over assets. Okay, at the end of the day, why don't y'all and Kolani will put it in the kid's name? I mean, maybe I'm just talking too much of an American, standard. But what I'm saying is that put the kids on your piano, we will all perish one day. And at the end of the day, we see in Kolani mum. Make sure so will make sure take care of the younger ones because the kids are innocent in all this. At the end of the day, it's assets. It's why don't you put things in writing and make sure so the kids, are taken care of. I mean, that's my whole perspective. I just don't understand. Say I didn't money was not a factor and the Japadia was not a factor. And I'm sure we will not be standing here talking about this. 17 years of being apart. Come on, Phoebe.
For me, I think things like this are bound to happen, right? In every way to see, they are bound to happen because of his position, as a musician over the years, the Magadia say, Ediana Ebesi, the Magadia say, because say, Gribi say, SC a war lumber chair. Me, I don't think say one. So me and see and Kabe one.
May I am because as well, and because he's very well versed. Meaning, so what's not broche pain? Onimra, onimniema, sisi when things like this happen. So I'm a bit disappointed in him, honestly. Say he really left this like this. What I say? He could have easily settled the matter and said, "Say, wait, I am in my way, dear, me my way, dear, me my way, dear." Not even about the women, Colano, Mofrano. That's what he should have done. It's I'm actually disappointed that he knew said this will happen. There's no way Lumba didn't think something like this will happen. I mean, a man of his caliber, you know what I'm saying? So I was saying or try. There's lawyers, I'm sure or lawyers and now for all these things, and there's no excuse for what he left behind. Absolutely no excuse. But we saying being free. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. An episode so where I said when they can acquire Salby.
Oh, maybe who's our style bill? We call a spade a spade. Do you understand?
Rafi.
Yeah. Well, yeah, some of them say not way in and out for what about Jenny. But Luba said me, we're taking the same.
I was a mini ban watching in our Casa Kama and near Meno Mecane say, I was a Mrs. Tano Cracker say, and from Sonny Filumba. Fine. We understand that. But in all no lumba no near Ghana for nim say most of them the name say na owoyere and obane ye akosia say wa na wo Germany we share den nyum kra or to ya me ya ka quantum those enyum na akosia say wa ne din wo mu ne ade enti no ewumu ana Preslofori maami bruni no eba picture nim na ne say ade no ekoba ye ni Daddy Lumba was in Germany living with Akosia Sewa. And then Daddy Lumba was not feeling well. So he's supposed to go for checkup. He's almost checking on say no. When you asked them, maybe a chain more Ghana. But I'm say a spinal cord. So I was some year surgery. And you know, doctors not a man the date will be also a surgery no Germany. And a Lumba no, according to sources no, or catcher and Akosia Sewa say, we need GD a friend saying. Abrofono surgery na mo be nim no specialist be be person be ba Ghana na o maye surgery no Ghana to ba no so say ne kunu e dey adventure about there ontimi mbo ngu so say okay so for say baby Ghana na betimi akwakoya ade no ho there fine me support to ask me yere ask me kunu according to sources tama mamene any Lumba negotiate you or agree so be ba Ghana no be to we surgery na back to Germany. And now Obana Tias is okay. And the Oba now be surgeon, I'm about there.
I don't think that things like this would have happened.
Tiasia and Lumba eba if you be a surgeon. To buy a surgeon, my meno it to animal if Germany, Eco Ghana, Eco Hueniku. Or quite not Akosia Bruno says, Sewa, one Bruno, or don't Bruno. Press lad, no. Or Cotodum, and Lumba introduced her to the wife and said, "Oh no, servant or boy." Just say, "Mamma no Ghana in Anna, Onona, or ye a more money idea, or clinic you on idea." She was a maid servant, but then she was a small girl too. And when your husband tells you, "This is the maid servant who is taking care of me since you are not here," and it is normal. Me, my mom, when she was living in Ghana, me, mommy was maid servant or Ghana, and mommy, you know, normal family. The Ghana decided to come. He said, "Ukunu na maid servant on the time. Oh, you name quite." Until you see woman call back to Germany. I feel do be a person back to Ghana, be Lumba or man access my name, na I stories near there. So she was battling, say, obey whom what is going on. But later on, not to tell you Ghana, so they could concern the area there. But to tell you, say, hey, Akolana or say, or any maid servant, and yes, Anna, near my be coso. Emma, a woo in I day, ebemu, anya bako, anya me no me answer, I wore 5. So you could also understand, say, Ebiana Lumba no so no, was share my menabo, a year or dobrunino, or share nebo, a man, who say, make me no watana, me pom, no bet, no, but Ebia, Miracle Germany there, near my shed and Kuy, never been so. But in another development, I said Lumba free Germany about back to Ghana. No, my meno koji lumbi, I say 100,000 euros. Edema Lumba, somebody a project, and I say, and you know, says Canon, so there was some man or tea brochure on Okun, no tia, who's a brochure in boss you pay every month. And now, a die crowd team, no, a monthly by monthly, and yet yearly, to say Ghana with me at them 3 years. Ghana, maybe say because Ghana, I mean, Tiaraka, because that be bro, mammy will die, papa, is a Ghana with Tiaraka, but America and Germany and other countries, you have to pay every month. My minister to me, Dana or Matona Muntia can we know. I was one color, I was sure more Germany plus yes, Lumba, so maybe we want change or a bruchewa. Omuina like the woman was taking care. So you let it be on the buyer. My minister is a Lumba by 17. But saying I need him so 17. So it means that my minister was having more responsibilities in Germany. So she cannot leave Germany and come to Ghana. So but now. It doesn't work like that. In any 51 hour, intimate your mouth to few so call your friend say Ghana and Colano. Would your mobile a process a German Nkwala ammonia Ghana for Nkwala and a process. And you know, Intimameno was a reason to stay back, not Lumba Nakwa San Hoyare. And the Kalumba or San Hoyare, you have to go back to your Germany. And at the motiva Lumba rejected Germany surgery. So about Ghana crab, it was a questionable. It means Lumba no making a mind say, well, who are quality a person or because doctors say what Germany there. Honestly, ultimately can't say, obey surgery. God afford a friend saying, yeah, members of parliament for any your president. Some yare or Ghana. I'm about brutal be some yare. Now we a musician Cassia, Otia brutal. And our issue to do with your spinal cord. Why do you choose Ghana? And yet, why second the mind said you want to live and go and stay in Ghana because Lumba na Ghana. Obet na Ghana onye juma obedi dide be okay. What now brutal? I want to mean to now onye juma. And yeah, my men on kwan bet your boss near there. You were forced to work. Those were the things Lumba I thought said he can't do. So he was trying to avoid certain things and then come back home, stay in Ghana, enjoy life. Now my men are there, and the woman was alone paying all these bills. According to sources, when Lumba was in Ghana, Sika kra akwahoma Ghana for mema be brain pack kohoma bo akwahoma ne nko. Enti ma men na ehwe papa na na legally they are married in the German book. Omaware. Into do baby na ohwe ne ma papa no eye na opese oba beja no e no tro krata so oba mode share say ni na oyami. Lumba say onja aware no. Lumba amakwan so mu gwa aware. Because eba so meja aware na ejapade omaye na wo so obuche. Because Lumba then were ma. And at least most of the things they did, no Lumba Shasha then a bra boinano. Mammy say why was a key figure. Umtino. Ebia Japadia do duono. Lumba Eka sonin mameno ebi chemua our anymore. Or better share a buying court to be banned then. Share and Lumba person obeja. She was also frustrated on the trust I let at the bar, Ghana. And a Lumba also no. Why not when say Ojawa or compensate you with other stuff. No? Then any mean koja warrior no compensate him. I mean, Sedani 10 and 20. I mean, Kojani, I'm an 3 and 4. And Yabekon and the woman, she was going through a lot. It was an emotional trauma. Kebit me kunu. So when you come to Germany, no, so you Ghana, Kosan Hoyareba, no Kogana and Hotona or Ma. Adiabeti Behunu. Radio so and as a friend say YouTube so no your bahofro no mo bosho no the oba na kire enti woman no Ghana ne de she has a friend a German she has suffered a lot but odo broni no uhwe said the name si corner or your oba na oye determined to carry on her duties because one now she knew say Lumba was already legally married to a woman in Germany but she never cared. She came as a maid servant. Lumba was a superstar, and somebody like Lumba and you being a maid servant, and that same person proposed to get sexual intercourse with you, you agree to that. Lumba was so powerful that Obebi and Lumba, because of Peda, Obelus, only a few. Majority now want to be with Lumba, or you're popular, or you're crowd pull amount for penasem, then you may get so associating yourself with Lumba no cry a plus. That girl determines so many Lumba betrim and better social media. Why not? And Nuntina or the quiet then a cotton on also in a wolf for no because only motive. So Lumba you be a or your mobrowa Casawa Brun. I don't think say Nebusia for crab prince only Lumba and Temple. Maka just over here, Papa no yere manco. Mimi twice as a Mwababa. Nasa Dr. Kwekute at Trinitia. Me pia me banako because ahoye de sebo baba na Elon Musk e baby ese e ba be ware me ba me pia nako ba semo baba na sebi ubotom nya a me metia me botom ya chenwa oba me mpene you could understand say ono so dobroni no enya support fi abusuan ho omo taa na ti say okay second wife there enye wanwa na yesi omo achi ni ya agbefo so no omoje aware dodo di enti no so koto Lumba yere so a enye den enye bone enti no they will encourage that unlike say bia akanfo ni bi na eden so be allow baby sa but almost no omo culture no it allows you to marry more enti ene se be ma na bana so opese or worry Yabana. You don't care. Lumba not making a decision. And I can understand say Lumba decided to choose love above the health. Because Lumba, he was not feeling well. At the time, me share the video be an all performer. You could see say the man is sick. And now we are now abrochire nkrataye German citizen abetumi akosa ho yare na so bet na Ghana mfuturo ku akra ko mu kra ya asem krona kasa krona kasa mfuturo agi krona edaf ni na pollution edi Lumba no wan dwene ne nkwa ho. He was more in love than say obehwe na brabo the condition me wo yere no mo baby me nkofwe Germany me o ma ho for almost 17 years otumi abet na Ghana waja oba o Germany aye painful. And a Ghana so yama merbuno. Yanji sabe side chick entum. Ghana no yaji or yere etum. And the first Lumba wari Germany.
Huh? Now, what you say na ebusia penny no kra no enimu say ye ware Bronino Ofie because initial state he has to go and verify.
Sir, I'm worried about Bronino.
I ebusia penny no. It may be say mra na ye Bronino ho ade na ebusia penny no why.
Lumba oni na ebusuafo no amuntamu nya wuntie ne nwom no utiete ne nwom na oto nwom fire ebusuafo no. And there was a time I say akonwa bi adedie bi ho nhyehyɛ bi ne ade a say nka Lumba ne di ade na say ho manso ne ma bi ansisi su yema. Enti Lumba no ne no fa na nkasa nkra no mo nkasa. Oni na ebusuani no ntino se Lumba akwa obi a obey the secret all ma ade ne ye the ember public on kan kire ebusuafo kra. What I say, you know.
Ntino Bronino warrior na if it was illegal omkoye no ho ade no was it legal
because on Timinia because of sir already no they are married or Germany no enti no obey ware mami Bronina ebeye efie de but and also no me no ka say dey na ye ni pictures bi a kire say wakwa ware mami Bronino there should be an evidence. But Akosha said one of the wedding pictures any in Krata or Germany, she said she is the legitimate aware to Lumba. And just say, oh no, our case kakra. But then I was like, Kabusia penny and say, when himself Lumba no will be on any one mother or Germany. And he said, Papa Natwa, okay. On it, although Bruno will be and son as a num on any tier currently fine. Near Ben say, Mubane. Mami akusha sabe kasa mami ye ubeye kuna no but mami so ne na tia o wode nchone no ma ti so mane kwan no so bia betime si table me say me papa ware more than ne ho me papa obewu no na yere no yetu no wo yere pani na ye osanwo yere ketwa na that time yere pani no ye sister JK na yere ketwa ne auntie B. Tama me papa ewi no omu eye no sister JK no ye me papa yere penny no ono na ye ma tena ho as okunani a ote ho ena auntie B no omu ma ne ye ase oye behind the scene but she was also married to me papa because me papa oye traditional wanye court ordinance one no ntino na omu mienu no ebobra you understand ansana omo baba ye no kra na ye na abusuafo ina nim say anti JK na ye kunafo because ono na me papa to no ye legitimate oba ye number 1 na Ghana say wale wo emremu a untimi ware bi nka ba say ware we fie dia o ware mienu miensa na ya wa wo ye number 1 no na ye maame pani yere pani engineer say komudi obuo no e maame no na afi omo ti ase e be friends maame ne ti ase no no atrem askuna no ma sia na table dia ma odobroni. It is our body ekra eba obia table nti no can for confusion bi amba when ya dia komo court kra ese komo tenase no
I think say anyone nyina popular because of ebusia opinion because initial say ebusia opinion no e ma de ne koye say de wo Germany no entia wade ase dem ka say o mane ye say o mane ye kuna ene say o mane ye kuna dia wo hwe mremu so me so na me ye oyira me tia wade no even though me was Germany but wo mremu no me nya wade Inti say baba ne say wo be fa ho na se be ma na wu na be fa ho atama ni je so de say me ma ho kwan.
Yeah.
What she did,
Yeah.
So and then the mama santo oni chobo we ni nyina ba because anya sanka lumba aka na chire anyesi but me dey make ni nyina an say lumba awo ma 17 a esa o sanka lumba o sanka nya ba 20. Yeah, because
and you ma boy
lumba start here. Oh. And if you shemra lumba start here, me ha mani a ebi mu estati lumba echi awo ma more than 20 go ho. Right? Ejapadi alumba wo se ni irimu mienu a sebe o mu se wan toto nyoma se ni osan ko toto na ansa na wa de se enya akoni krechi right but enya won wa se akoba ne sa
based on enya won some say be papa wo 11 10 they are normal and they are normal but also lumba na modern day man and on ma hard kakra modern day man they are
but there you money name man kran wa wo pisa krana any bie wo ho me mentia say one year and near me be because with all he's aware so when the status in life and you know me I'm just surprised about say a man of his caliber no went to me and tro am fan near me be an so there kakofa lawyer be kra or Ghana honom neki can send be here e no oh
but hold on no there Emba bonte se lumba nye wo na de ma bonte te hono intimi nko tuma lumba o legal team e baba jama nko the lawyer ne baba jama no enti no hono de nu ho ya nti betumi atwa so enti bia na bibi ta ho but lawyers dem fa ma bonte enti
kuna no ho na ye issue no kuna no na akwa ye issue na
kuna no po kuna no pe e see a problem da
anya property
oh yeah sure say property let me if any property then there's no issue I didn't know
why the reason why amakuna na akwa ye issue ni say won say property and I say ejapade ne nche no certificate kuna no level democrat say wow because so wa obedi kuna no na che say wona wo ye oyede a wote awade no it is ejapade ba na se ye chede a ye sha every move that angle so na me che no ya share the will or ye eninti na opere se obegina bi ogina se de ye a eba na se ye che nyoma na se nyoma anko yi a ni evidence say ebusua G2 mu say oyino no ye okuna na ba na se ma mi nti awade yes menya hwe so se na de na akwa ye no se ni nti na omo precoce no
I see
de huru ebejo
but na me ni aba ka bibi say ye nyina ye fanya lesson indeed there's no crack ni ato lumba ni wechi na ya enu kwasan kebasa so to ne nema ya nka enko to this level me de me hu ne clear say lumba ma ene control the mind ene de ewu no nka lumba ko hu ye
oh wana fiare oh ja me kasa
that is what I see a man a control me me kasa wan stand as bema so jina say bema ka nka lumba bi akote ase oba ba kokura no we ya obetimi atete wa ama odi adendwe kura bewu na ma mi no
Anafi, I beg, Debbie. Yeah, I didn't say the guy was sick. Okay, all jokes aside. Why reaction?
Yeah.
Yeah, why reaction? I mean, I think the rumors crack came out some years back, and then Kofoka said, "Oh, Lumba, was a rumor." It's you know, you know, why reaction? It's you know, be binti, but maybe Jedi Sankot's na Germany, and I say beer was the key outside help beer, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I say. Yeah.
Of course. You wanna me ni wono me niema bia me pese me hu ye he fa na one lumba wu ye owo fie owo hospital and he fa na wu ye se owo sa de ne hu hia pa ba bia lumba wu ye se ye fie na hospital afei owu ya pa na so be ka jagora jaba abonte se lumba wu no there was an error, a human error. Okay. Ajagraja say a human error. Ajagraja obey lumba no mo pa obey. Eti edi ne sa error na esi ye no. Edi ne sa error no. Say Ajagraja say lumba won a human error. We need to investigate and find out exactly the error is, because yet we are saying Michael Jackson who ye. They saw say it is an error. They found out say the doctor no want panier na the one say propofol phones or whatever no. And yes, that time no say panier na now the word, because they see the will be a or surgery. Michael's not on quiet surgery or say nani kum or intimena into no pay a draw bit me ade and no no wada. And I just say a man a drew or no still intimena and or continue to doctor is still intimate and na into no. The doctor no a warn is our panic. And I know the or double so I want sorry blue. It was an error. Later on, doctor no was charged. Friend is saying Maradona so got to the same issue. And also, I said doctor or share no wrongfully the friend saying medication and all them Diego Maradona and Maradona the way. That doctor was charged. But other than Ghana, this year Charles Kojofu so big icon say now free mu na osofopon Ajagraja aba bonten abeka say a human error na say ignore Ajagraja some kind.
But I think say
it's not medical personnel.
Yeah, ignore no because of say I think say because of a Kuna issue no cover I take it over that part no. The Magadi say Kuna no cover that very area. And internal man akwese will be any who nkomo bio. So I'm saying, so can you kuna ne diankaba maybe the baby talking about the buyer maduye. So I'm saying, but because of a kuna issue no court na happen in mana, I will be attention at that very area.
And yeah, at the crew kumlumba here yina because ebema yen so yehu ekwan ebefa so a ye hospital ye ne a doctor for ne nurse for ne be delay. And you say uwo fie so a omoma yehu ne anti access okay owu wo mra no wada ne nam no ye den odi die one sorry bill. Then we can also understand say hospital na ye dey some boy to omoso no ebia na entesa e so mo yenya clear picture bi you know one e was so dobroni no omo mane baba kasa ono na oni lumba ho e kwa bela lumba fa so wodi wuye hospital na you see omo dey call first hospital omo dey call first one and later omo dey call second hospital. Both hospitals some of Babontin now release statement. Okay. Say panic near the war no. A cocoa drew panic and I say malaria near Nayade. Ye who near course wa. And yes, after panic na lumba one yen pebu according to a monon. And now some no can insist so. Yes, papa being so I miss a lumba na a friend no. So breathing I mean here or maybe be man. Papa so. Yes, so Kofi or Ecojina Lumba gate 2 hours. I'm going to be a diamond now here. The Elrem on the Homotia Sakoy. All quite quite on friends of Lumba. And you know, a bit strange kakra. Sebia me to na Fifi. Mafa phone my fro, Sebra. Now so Obas here. Now be do me gate ano. Untimi rem. What when you answer. Only me a casa fine. There was no issue. Nafi, what's I echo back? No be for phone fro say. Mewa ebe on kakra so what I say ebe on one and a lumba so ni fie no yes obekọ security for ho it would do gator security man be hu now I then one notify if you for say obi say eba in the lumba no obe hu kra wo dem answer na why they wait me refuel because almost security camera be just say niam be akoso we need to know because ebe boy yina.
Sir, I think say na mana omode sa kuna issue bra. I mean, quickly me read the message back on me bia about way if Ishmael Jangba now I'll say greetings to you and if and also way if Alfred otu mensa also chia and if Yajman and obaya uchecha munyina afeso way I say on enya adwene say yeah, can say, who can say Lumba a modern day man because we are modern day man beyond to me 17.
And then I make a modern day man. Can you cause a cosa a door so do?
There be also modern day people who have children.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. Now send their name as I'm for.
Oh okay.
Oh, okay.
And they also give me a idea crack out and then my money.
So I bring it in your next topic for the day. Quickly, no, I'm saying Ghana Black Star. Now what you more mobile match and it was very successful. And with the bit I say I qualify but next year America, Canada, and Mexico World Cup Ghana baby. And what's your take on that?
Well, I'm saying Nedi Kano, maybe America say you qualify, but group na near them there. Fifi get it when it go ne mame crown a couple of necessary who staff for 2 men someone ever qualify group near fool and your group be a in a very cheap group.
Last group now fool.
For na World Cup qualifier now in Mali. Ushia Mali, Ushia Comoros Island, Ushia, if I say Niger, for just say, for only Chad, Money, only Central African Republic, where the other World Cup. Only World Cup, one qualifying cry. A big group, we should have got 100% by below the 100%, and then they qualify. If you let me tell you one thing,
okay,
I'm going to draw, you know, say, if say, FIFA say Africa 3 teams and a young qualifier and Kagana young qualify.
Okay.
If you crack come here 5 teams crack can qualify. I'm telling you.
Martinez is coming money more than 5 now.
I said I baby. You see no World Cup qualification I have 4. And Tessa Caneno. Is I have 4 Obia to become World Cup be. Obia to become I have 4. And you know almost qualification me who are they be and young one almost selected local players crowd Ghana if you are committing your qualify airful and on my baller 50 on my boy in the cock to the end I'm the winning group no the qualifying and swing in and your boy swing now blast time passes crowd 6 consistent say where them away on my ball 2-3 now say just a ball no one I saw and you had to qualify. And you know, maybe the mechanic say, you will do my performance rate unless you improve there a bit hard on it. And I'm also say, I'm also players maybe I think that we need some of the players to come and join the team because we have players, but we don't have a team. And when you are playing in a major competition like World Stage, World Cup, African Cup of Nations, you need a team. You need those who will be committed. And some of the Ghana, would they be beer to her? They will take Ghana first. It's not like they will be thinking about money. Some of the money.
So how can we call them without money?
Oh, if people are just proud Ghanaians and they want to represent the country. Oh,
of course.
See, kind of that once we win that title, what I say, and you know, I think that another thing I don't like, and they say when you look on social media and Kofi break, you can't say, oh, they're only coming on board. Who says away from England, they're Barbican team no home because when you say a qualifying team, that's what we need. Why are we complaining? Some mutual among some Baba joining team now. Why the complaint?
Yeah, we need them.
But also the point is, I want to say within the qualifier, you know. So I learned that this is about 2 players be as in England, something like 2 players be at the initial stage. They called them and said no, they want to play for as in England, right? And I think they didn't select them, and then now they want to come back to Ghana. So that's where the conversation is.
Oh,
then who buy a hole?
Yeah, but we also need players. It's in nowhere now.
They are good. Why would they be? Why did they reject them in the first place?
Oh,
England if they are that good, I don't think they will let go of them.
But if you say Niama Ghana for me brena did they say Yankofa Omoa Nanki Poma Omama because they are still playing, so we see them. And they say people are still not impressed with the current performance of the Black Stars no more. Kudus, Jordan, a friend is saying Semenyo, Jiku, whatever. Omoboma, Ghana for yes satisfied. We struggle in most of the games. Based on performance, it's based on teams that is papa say any Comoros or Bonnie and team control game. Yani Sudan e bono or Shay. Yani Angola bono or Shay. Yani Central Africa bona yes struggle. So those are things amount for scary say. You are going to a World Cup where you'll be playing against bigger nations. You can be paired against Spain. You can play against England, against Czech Republic, against Abia, Germany, against France. So amount for so against Brazil, against Colombia. When we play against all these big nations, Portugal, what are we going to do? Can we stand them? In the amount for boom, hey, any sadia, Yankofa Odo Imrel, because we be a penosoma. Yankofa Hosino Odo Imra, Yankofa Edin Katiamra, Yankofa Josh Echampon, Yankofa Romeo Latvia. They see, say, they are doing well. And there's a Romeo Lavia Boma Chelsea. He did well. Jose Champo boy, he did well. And those are the things putu amount for in fear. Say, yeah, the only ball qualifiers here. One way I want to go Jenu Guasse. And the answer kakra. Me, I don't against anybody who the fans want them to come and join. I don't against that. But my question is, Sani Pano, are you committed? So Bebo Magan, or you're committed. There is a difference between playing for the Black Stars and playing with that commitment. If you are playing for the Black Stars with commitment level, you will die for the team. But when you are playing for the Black Stars without any commitment, you won't die. You won't chase the ball. You won't press. You will just sit back all the time. When we are down, you can't fight for us to say, you're shaking until Okoteka, you're shaking crowd, be relaxed. But when we are down, you have to fight. Equalize.
Pate. Honestly, me, Pate, a friend of Blacks, I don't even know why they keep calling him.
You see?
Because one, Pate, a bomb midfielder. So look at guy on any ball midfield. What's the name? The guy I know what dignity.
Sibo.
What name be? Was it
Sibo? And I question Sibo.
Look at how this guy was running for ball.
Yeah.
Right? Paton Luzuboa, and that's what he's been doing consistently. Or Luzuboa, he's just there. As a midfielder, you should control the midfield and distribute ball. No? He's just there. He will not go for the ball. He will not jump for ball. He will not fight for ball until the ball can ball on the basket or pass. He will not even take his time, make sure so he give the ball, pass the ball accurately. And we keep calling him and calling him. I don't know whether because of the name or what.
Fee, where's the Abruchino? When you call them into the national team, they don't give 100% because one, they know say they will lose their position in Europe.
Okay.
You know, Ghana now, almost on some. They are careful, and Ghana don't be proud. Nobody cares. Nobody talk like blast and friend. They say no my press. So be proud Ghana gamer. Yeah, from you, we proud. They will be here. The best one 19. Careful so they don't get injured. No come back to my team. Because that's where they are making their money. And Tina, maybe calling a lot of players from abroad into the Blasters. May there be me against it. We can build the Blasters from here in Ghana. Ghana. Not foreign-based players, no. Yeah, the Caribbean be from. So when you get the opportunity to come and play, you do all what you can to keep your position in the Blasters. The current players we are using, and they believe, say, they are untouchable, they are automatic, whatever the case, they will still be invited. So when they come, they don't give all what they can do. And the Blasters to say, yeah, foreign players best a 5 par. You will put a lot. So when your opportunity now, you put effort in the team.
Minchawano say local players no or no a foreign team abo. So onya international platform. Yeah. All out. Because
Sure.
2006, majority of the players were local players.
Yeah. Yeah.
How come they were able to perform? We carry the same team also to 20 South Africa World Cup, and the team also performed. Into why don't we use the same format instead of say we keep on calling 100% foreign players and they don't perform?
Yeah.
Wait there quickly. Obama said or your take on the Black Star real quick, and then we'll come back to Anifi.
I mean, just like what Anifi is saying, I believe they should really welcome, foreign players on the team. Like you said, screen them, see who's really going to be committed to the team. You have to think, we're just going to use local for now. I mean, there's a goal ahead. We need to achieve something. And see, how do we go about achieving goals? I mean, look at these European teams, EB. I think so. One of the teams, it's all foreigners.
Yeah.
It's all foreigners. What I say. So we also have to play the game. I mean, I understand that we should promote our own, but we have to understand the game. We have to understand we shouldn't take it too personal. There's a goal to achieve. So let's make it happen. Just go grab whoever wants to play that you think that will be dedicated and is a good player. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Me read a quick message. A free Otuho once again. I'll say the bottom line is a weaker Black Star, poor coaching, and the hunting caught through this very situation. How can we employ Obia or Scoutu players? Obi on your coaching or Scoutu players, and the Yakofan some coaching.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's Otu's message on the buyer now.
Yeah.
So me honestly, I think that they have to revive the team. It's not a matter of just calling players. It's a matter of making sure so you get a very strong team. And then now kind of things the problem. Another problem is the team are not together. They don't play like a team. They play individual.
And who follows that? And they said it starts with the coach because the coach,
Also, it's also bored on the Ghana. We don't have the money to keep the players for a very long time. That's also another thing.
Okay. No sponsorship. Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure.
Yes.
Professional players, no, you can't keep them, but if we want to keep them, we can do it. What we need to do, they say, when you are a Black Stars coach, you are responsible for every player in the world that say both team now wow. So you open your ranks. When the European players go to their respective countries, what you need to do is like we are playing domestic league in Ghana. Watch all the Premier League games. Every week, go to this center. Tomorrow, go to here. We also have Division 1 and stuff. When there is a break, you can go there and select some few players. You think, when they get them into the blaster, they can integrate. When there is a break on the leg, you can call them for like 2 or 3 days camping. Can it tell you yes, I don't know. It means for blaster. Over league Sunday, over returning Monday and on Tuesday to blaster about Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. After Thursday, train now must I come back to Mukta, no more to us Friday and then Saturday, no more ball, Sunday, and no more ball. First need to me, yes, sir. But they still need to continue. And never more to add, there be our Benya, a Jumaye. Some more Europe, there, Europe, no. I want me back, sorry, weakening. But some more Ghana players now, Ghana, what for you are more beat me a bebel blaster, and there. You can train them, and you say, for foreign base, not there, Aba. So, for Abia, 10, what for few for Abia, best 6B, not your mind. I'm Afrim. Now the man that one answer be about 5. If you for strong, if you for your local players are better than Kudus Momugo approach. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
Really? They're not doing their due diligence and scouting locally for these good players.
That's the question.
They don't want to do. Fifi me I testify wa Shaman. A Shaman ne tema. Met me players best 10 or better than Kudus ne Fiamenyo ne friend Semenyo ne Inaki Williams Muna. Omu Ghana wow, omu ni echire Accra Tamani Kumase ne Sunyane ne ade Tamale. They are there. But they don't want to.
They all came from Ghana. Ghana.
Yeah.
So Pate was playing in Ashina.
Yeah.
Pate was playing with my younger brother, my uncle's son.
Yeah.
My teammate. So in this case, there are players Sanka Otumi Koran no scout and son a friend now or the same thing. I think say by now no when you're very strong team a bet me replace black and all the foreign players kakra den aka ho let us say very strong team.
I mean, I think said another thing to say Bibia is kasem, but sometimes it's not about sikasemo. To say the local players be on in these little small towns that they're dying just to play. Even one person for the love of playing ball, no, they enjoy playing ball. And I think that if change has to come, they have to find a better coach. They need to find people who can scout. They have recruiters. They have professional recruiters who go around these small towns who will recruit, assess, analyze, and make sure the player always say or they are beneficial to our team. They need to really, come together and figure out how they'll put the teams together. Yeah, and about Scott. No.
Okay, thank you so much. I mean, read the message if Tompu real quick now. Yeah, so quickly or say we don't have good stretcher for groom kids into the national team players. Okay, the message now I say this is why we say our team are very good, but African teams never crack the top 10 teams worldwide. Where if he tumble and a buyer, where a blaster and someone who are coso, I wish to say, KB to me, cost was by the time into quickly in the share your next topic. I think that over the weekend there was Zion Fellas was on UTV ShowBeez in Umbreno, and I think there was a top different topics no more discuss here, but getting to the latter part, I realized that it was more like an ambush because there was a story I published here years back about the host of the program and the way Oshe the Ola a friend is saying Empress Nankasa and almost all the team from UTV they were handling Zion Fell, and I'm like, did they call him there to ambush him? Say, why is our story? And I say they could have had that discussion even prior to the show. I don't even know why they will have to ambush him within the show because more than we inviting somebody guest.
That is wrong.
What's your take, Obaya?
And yeah, if somebody's a guest on the show, prior to say, if you're going to do even a change or turn around, the guest should be aware. Said this topic is going to come up. There needs to be a discussion. I had to say it was intentional. It was intentionally, done. Unless say it just happened to just kind of. But there should always be a producer in the back end that will cut. Okay, change of subject, change it. But it seems as if nobody was regulating that until it went far and beyond.
No, this is not the first time they've been doing this. They've done this multiple times to a lot of people, and some of them even get angry and then they'll step out of the studio. And they are fan of doing these things because so Obi will issue be not say against any of the members there now. They will within the show now, then they will write then or invite you. They will have initially they will make sure say that's not what you're talking about, and never realize they'll bring it and then straightforward they will just give it to you right there. Everybody will just be starting to lambast you right there.
And you're Jerry Springer on crack. That's what it is, I guess.
I don't know what's your take on that.
Well, UTV almost program no me say any direction, any proper
format.
That is why
I'm not saying it's about ratings. Maybe people like it.
No, but
you can do that for guests. Remember, it's your guest, right?
Yeah.
one will say GTV. One of the best in the whole world. GTV is near my course to other stations. No, GTV happy order because it is a station being controlled by well organized media personnel. And you'll be asked to make my of GTV. So what do you do media? But the current media and getting Ghana no, omo dia no, omo experience. That is why and obit na radios no di attempt. TVs no di attempt. GTV won't mean yes sir. Because structures no they will call you to action. You better take you off the show. But and then TV and radio no more you Ghana no sebe. Omo mo ye no be bring nim di form. Especially the leadership na e de da no. Enti na aya na niam no enko yie no. Ti say the more about Zion Felix say. So what true story be afa gift yourself before na say wa bashwa e bia nya no nti na mo invite no. Enti no awosamo ene no bibika e wo mre bia twam story a or trophy gift ho a e say eye backstage eye abeba before or after but not on camera. My inviting for a specific topic and I'm about to fast seminar now man for a dream which refer one I'm also about hitting on stage as a more embarrassing.
It was
it looks like say they brought him into the studio or met me the fair point.
That's good. Let's get good.
But you're not yet, sir.
It's not professional.
I think the tricky part is that this is how they started it. They came out with a story. Someone published a story about somebody, right? And it looked like whoever published the story, did not do a follow-up. And then they quickly throw the story, they throw the question to him. Having to answer the same thing before. I said, no, I don't remember. I said, you did it to me. That's where it started.
That is what the host said. You know.
And okay. Also, everything. I said, that bang. And then they started.
But you see, in America, there should be a cutoff. What you say? Yeah. Sometimes maybe you will go into something emphata. So professionalism there, you have your team backstage, they should be telling somebody through the earbud, say, hey, switch the topic, but as a host also, you should know your professionalism. You should know okay, or can't say one kind of also what they backstage. Simple.
Yeah.
Later on, if you want to bring it back and discuss it, then you bring it back later, but not on TV. You don't do that.
Empress in question, Nankasan, in terms of hosting a program, Nankasan, me, I know Empress way back when I was in Meridian. Not Empress, near Empress here. Not Onyan Wari Nukura. So I know like one-on-one when she was dating the former husband. Empress was very calm. So I don't know, say not those times when I mentioned
she was very calm. Did you say she was calm?
I mean, because sometimes I see her on TV and I see her on
something different.
All those things, I'm like, is it the same Empress that I know years back? And I said, this is a different Empress. Because I remember those times when the former husband, but then they were not married yet. And then they were not even dating us at that time. It was later more before they dating.
Yeah.
Before they were dating.
I said, you see, an answer give to yourself, I am man who's kakra.
Oh, okay.
It comes with the fame. It comes with fame, and it's normal. It's normal. You see, these are all normal human behavior. What I say, but you need somebody to also redirect you. Be a respect. Because sometimes you all don't know who's in a chat, right? She's on a platform. She's getting the fame. She's getting the attention that she needs. And she's not, she doesn't feel that she needs to be filtered in any way into the all can, what I say. But I was so big. So bit she should know. Say, oh, okay.
But all this year, nobody has had that.
Maybe they have. But at the end of the day, when you're doing a show, what I say, when you're doing a show, you have an outline. what the way things should go. These are the topics we should talk about. So if I drift off, let me the concern be feminist and queer. I'm sure you as a host,
I'll make
you'll
sure
find a wise way to not make me feel some type of. But I say, okay, well, next week I can't ask them to know there. Let's focus on these topics. You have to be wise. I mean, sometimes no wisdom, no, and you know. Everybody has that, you know.
Okay, sometimes the wisdom everybody has that. Okay. So on that note, I think your time is fast spent. So quickly, let's look at the way they hear the dollar, the way the dollar depreciates this year. I know what they. The CD is cracking the dollar like crazy. Since you have this Kakogana crown, now your math.
Yes,
but you see, what the cocra, no baby, was it on Monday? Last Friday, it was like 12. Last 12 something. And then the Monday, about 11, was it Monday? Yeah, I think so. No, Monday was still around 12.50. And then Tuesday, straight to 11.95.
And then that's also as I
this year I have 10 something,
10.50, yeah,
10.50, which means on Monday, it might go down again around 9 or 10 because my we should trend night like almost like a dollar drop every day, be between 80 to $1, 80 cents to $1. Now a drop every week, be ever since I started a drop on. Honestly, it's a huge blow for me, but what's your take about?
I mean, this is expected. I mean, I think it's like being an investor, right? If you have some stocks on the market, that's the pattern. You know, we shouldn't, and you say you bohu, and you see a bohu, because yes, a bit benefiting, but what I'm concerned about is air no. How is it looking in Ghana? And it's still where it is. Because if it's reducing, you should see affordable now for the average Ghanaian. Things are moving for them. But I say it's affecting both ends. Yeah, to me first because this it's not, we're holding on to the day and sana, this is helpful for Ghana economy, because I also value, but I quite remember, so this is not the first though. It was 1-to-1 at one point, and
that was around Kofi's time. The student crowd was higher than the dollar, and then about 1-1, and about 2, about 3, about 4, and they will do 10s. And now even though say everybody say maybe the 50-50 misfeeling, maybe they say Kofi. It sounds so I am concerned if I have to take money from here to Ghana to do something. Now at my baby, right? I hear me the say be was kebi or Ghana na bar and ye kakra bi kura na manya $1 baby. In this case, it was he said be $20,000 or Ghana, 20,000 Ghana, the equivalent to $2,000. But formerly, no, here almost 2,000, 25,000 to 26,000, something like that. When you're $2,000, so I don't know how I know. I am kind of a mixed feeling in terms of that aspect.
But it's a mixed feeling. But I guess my question to you is, and are prices reducing?
And it's tough.
And that's a baby.
It's been very tough. Very tough, because I said because sometimes you go from kakra, and the first one dollar call feminine, and also call fem kakra, but not too crazy. But this time around, because I wouldn't start to say a cost run and stand say air cost will be to the areas is here an air corner. A best I take it because me remember say there was some EBA or say may baby as that time it was around 20 something thousand. Bedu baby no dollar call from the babe 18,000, right? To know which means almost 5,000 to 6,000 being saved off that One of them say, "This is here na about from you hope say ABA be reflect it our market."
ABA, but you crop for 1 minute here. The prepare no, what can something there so it's and it kind of plays a mental you on people a bit because obi all markets are all torn bags of cement, let's say, or something. Ono otisu ene na echina isa cost run. Necessary or say we do increase the price now. Say it's like you're always going back and forth in the market.
Said the acquire say what is lower rating now kotoye into the stock now one lower and also what they ton. Say the problem is say cost now you have to take more money to go buy the same thing. Anything very difficult for them to reduce it. Something I didn't acquire no because reducing the money we are say to me sustaining for a very long time a bad effect on business. Because $7 say be makota there ABA $1 for like Martin Bibri. Within a short time now, I had the chronic for $2. Because Tim in your nonsense and say, man, turn $3 now because maybe as you see, I turn $1 into my main money call for more. Now I have to look for extra $1 in addition to the $2 now, me turn, and still make me a so I didn't to be sustaining for a very long time there, and I think it will be the best.
Yeah.
I don't
know.
On dollar ni mo there, and of course, I'm saying I Africa just because Enra me send this car, me send now I was me increasing my dollar no from here.
Wow.
Where there and go for beat me. I said come sending the previous day. And my yana me chance so akwasa sana. Me yen and run and say now I drop about almost 10. Yes. But the last time I said 12 or so. Now $2. Yeah. But and then Mr. Steka say a drop of fine is good. And yama a coffee move fear now.
That's
but a big no. If you for the mountain yama so Ghana there be a cost rule. $5 $5 against 5 Ghana cedis. A month so that.
A month so. And only problem no. Because if you don't think so much so and kebe near makakra.
Yeah, by any price regulation control be at Ghana no obia ton ade no deje. Obetra to akọ sana Ghana na ye. Yes, sir.
Okay. You were I'm say within the week, Ghana Music Award a presentation be one Bishop Eric Uche, because according to the reason being said, he has played a very pivotal role in terms of Ghana Music Award USA now, on the aspect of gospel area. Now he has played a very good role in that aspect, and they did this presentation to him. I think it might be an citation or something like that. And I think say normally when things like this happen, it's good to always make sure you appreciate the people, because I never enter your Ghana so be yeah a bit baby no ascend no. But when stuff like this happen, I think it's in the right direction. That's what I see. Oba, what's your take on that?
Is it Ghana Entertainment Awards?
No, it's Ghana Music Award.
Ghana Music Awards USA.
Yeah, USA. And I call my presentation the Bishop Eric Uche, because of he has played a very vital role in terms of that very award, when it comes in terms of the gospel aspect. Now he's been very instrumental. So they decided to appreciate him for playing those roles, or making sure he been part and then making sure that thing has been very successful. And my take, I think it's in the right direction in doing such a thing.
Yeah, of course. I mean, everybody giving acknowledgement. Also, sometimes but these things it motivates you, kind of. It gives you more power to kind of even do even more of what you know, your industry, whatever your ministry is. So I'm very glad and I'm proud of, you know, the GMA to recognize him. I think it's a good thing. They should keep doing things like this, you know, around here. They should really continue to do stuff like that. Yeah.
Big ups to Don Juan. Arevi, your take. I'm saying, let's summarize it.
Sir, Nippon recognizing our Wahifa.
Was a
Uchi, no?
Oh yeah, Uchi. I think he's a pastor in I mean
Onikrumha.
Ghana.
Oh, our Ghana. Okay. Oh, our Ghana mum.
Well,
I mean, let me look at the
because if it was here, there, I would say kudos. They should continue. But Ghana, there. I mean, why aren't we recognizing it's Ghana GMA USA?
So also it's they are not doing only just for Ghana and Kwan. That's one thing you have to remember. It's both Ghana and then US. So they appreciate people.
I understand that, but you see,
appreciate the people also in Ghana as well.
I so understand until you recognize where you're from first, until you start playing. You know, I mean, maybe there's nobody here too that's really helping them out or that's really doing.
They are also doing too. I think there are a couple of people who are also more appreciative. Let me look for that story real quick. I have that story here.
Nephew, I guess give your contribution.
Well, Ghana Music Awards, US, you know. I'm say direction of the whole event, you know.
Okay.
Oh, Ghana. Say, Ghana Music Awards, Vodafone Ghana Music Award in Ghana. They don't recognize anybody outside Ghana.
Thank you.
So many years they started Ghana Music Awards. Those days, Vodafone, you know, they don't recognize any musician from outside Ghana. Somebody it takes when they want to do the international one. That is where be very recognize it. Ubi international one. They recognize Ghana, maybe or outside Ghana. I don't know crying once a while be. But this Ghana Music Awards, US, you know. I have some more nominees, you know. I'm nominating Ghana for in Africa.
Thank you.
Nobody am compete. No, you are not doing the right thing. Let them do their own show in Ghana. Ignore them. But here in America, your young musicians are omoba. Masa Ghana Music Awards, US, you know. And push Omo, no so into the limelight. Now, Munjina so and produce more talented Ghanaian musicians. Now, by step with Ghana, Sababeji prices let come back to Ghana.
Oh, wow.
Only a few never yet me recognize them. Mumbeji again, Munyam former Omwewo USA. Say UK na Ghana Music Awards UK. You were Ghanaian musicians from UK. Munyam. There's this young girl, our Maryland friend Kapada C. Brilliant musician. Fee, se girl we on. Se Kapada C. Sa girl in your push kakra. Enka oni Beyonce mo, any Cardi B mo, any Nicki Minaj mo na be competing in America here. She is good. Just recently, Achipalago, and also started our year in Yum. Utia Chipalago Nyuma, you can see say Ghana was talent or super talent, but there's no push. Uko New York, come on, another guy on another NYC, good rapper. What they type on NYC na cover the YouTube page, na TNN you good page. But because the musicians in America here, no, they are not getting the support, you know. Ama amoya abasesa. But don't do Musamoba Beye Ghana Music Awards. They should focus your 50 plus states in America, 50 states in America. I want Ghana for when you open Ghana ni be our amanche be our pese ye boa basono for music awaye in year of review no January to December drop bra this code fatu we so fama na mumma omumede embe ton ho kakra. Na Ghana fonso ehu se enye sakode enye Stone Boy enye Shatawale enye Kidi enye Kofi Kinata no mkwa no me better But there are better Ghanaians. Waha. About say rap English, they are special. Rap, Chia, they can do any language, Gan, whatever. We have musicians here, but I say they don't value them, they don't respect them. That's what I see. They don't respect Ghanaian musicians. But it's a platform way, and I also think a platformer. You need to showcase Ghana for 20 more America. Near Ghana for say we can get somebody who can rap better than Sarkodie. But then dance or a bit when you do America better dancer than Stonebwoy and as Shatawale. They need to change their concept. No right.
But I also think most of the shows are the same artists na Ghana na na yedi omuba.
Of course.
Ghana for na Hana na call for those artists to come in. Democratic say. So it is a case you omu very difficult. Democratic say because it's the same people now. Yeah, call or more airborne Ghana. The same people now. They only say their physical location, and they're different. Democratic say. However, omo have perform it. And omo nyumna the same and nyumna the airborne. The all kind of to us, but I think say more categories, more US musicians no category. And more Ghana categories, no. And just also more to me my US best
artist of the year.
I think they are doing both, they are combining the two. Because focus, also remember say every event plan a BRano so a businessman.
Yeah.
He said market now wahana na so nizika kwashe bebria. He might lose. If for fact no kabo mu no betumi abienu ni nyina ma na nya nsika. No watumi achieve the goal at the same time. Why not? So I think that's the reason why I want to promote it fully only the artists here, because the market is not such a way say they will be able to get their money back as a businessman. For them to be able to redo it the next year, because you need the money to do it for the next year. It is we one award next and the next is when you say the following year.
That's true.
Yeah. Ghana artists never, that's where the money comes in, because almost artists never Sarkodie ba Paluta baby. Most definitely Ghanaians never one would like to go to the show. Okay. Just because of artists no here. All that Ghana be into no here. Oko. So very difficult to say. We will say we will do an award outside Ghana and just exclude the Ghanaians artists in Ghana. I don't think it's going to be possible.
I know there's not possible, but I think there's a team here. Okay, we're here in the States, but it's not just about just these platforms of awards, okay? So even let's say Nana NYC the Nyomba. We don't have we don't have a mainstream radio station for Ghanaians. What you say? We have our local ones, Akwaba, hey, High Life Radio, they play that. How many Ghanaians abroad are really tuning into these local stations? But however, I think how it would work too is getting the DJs to on board. So the DJ is moving. Obi to say your friends one like Jehovah. Right? How many DJs were promoting it? Why? Because he went viral on social media. But we need to really get those people who can get into the community. The DJs, exactly. If the DJs were promoting NYC songs, Jehovah songs, Praise Soul songs, baby could be the average Ghanaians will hear these tunes and it becomes familiar to their ears. And when it comes down to an awards night now, no one to say, hey, we're recognizing as soon as we are what's in your pain. Again, I agree with you when you say we cannot solely focus on just people in the diaspora. We have to, because artists are artists. They are our A-star artists. They will come and people will go, because and you said there aren't any people who are better in the States. So maybe there's some who are better, but their songs aren't going, they're not being played anywhere. They need those artists to come on Ghana Music Awards to perform, to bring the audience in so that they can also cut costs. Do you understand? You know, it's a 50-50 thing. I agree.
Anyway, yeah, that's
But Phil,
yeah.
Anyway. When we are doing a program like Music Awards, a event are very big. The whole world, even America has said you'll be it in the same thing in no. Any other Grammys or the same similar situation. So when we are doing something like that, your commercial base, no, not if you were talking about money, not just talking about money to get money. That is where you need to focus on your commercial aspect.
Sponsorship.
And you need a better marketing team. And then now you have music awards for Ghanaians here. You can go to Walmart. You can go to BJ's, and I say beer, Bellent, whatever. Big companies, you know. Now the proposal call to a man. One moment who say the BET 4 year mobile sponsor no. Yes, you did. Until mobile border. Yeah, the Walmart, you be brand them or ha. I'm a man for you be showcase no TV so. I be call commercial, I be call a friend say YouTube, I be call Facebook, I be call TikTok, whatever. And you know, a man for be who product no. My entire say yeah Ghana Music Awards. I don't even know some proposal some of the try Walmart. And the man who Ghana for no. So Ghana for yeah we don't go to that places, but abrofono I'm here them out. Oko Walmart. I be before Ghana for be bring to them out. Omo ni na.
Yeah.
Your work no money are there. It's all the proposal.
Ghanaians say a lot, and they will be more than happy to support.
What they will propose a call to a so stay now person omoba beboa. They will come. Uko bet me Uber Eat sponsor pa Uber Eat. Bet me that call to a so person music awards. You hear more. They will come on board. Unya big companies in Mako by 20 cry number board and I even with the father say 10 cry. You will not struggle, say Uber here's car and you know I was so offer microphone if you Ghana ba no mo na bet me aba na ebema amount for aba. When we are doing marketing, most of the people are omo advertise omo niema wo event no. Ebu odo ma omo share bibia o. Obedi kan attest ya hwe se be fa obe sponsor e be fa. On care say nipa ono oni nipa be ba. Se nipa we na be ba no be dem say we ba onim. But oko Sreno, say me person obe sponsor me no ama na team ahwe ne amo person mo ye no okay you bet me the $10,000 and $5,000 ahead aba package me na mo be my now no amaka they just omo budget every year bia no omo ne amo de be charity they be call sponsorship they be call bibia o they be call bibia omo wo e je bi omo ska bi da one person omo de sponsor bibi yanko e be de no my de omo kai eti omo bi omo wings in him. That is where they will get money. It's all about marketing. One marketer who nyes kanya event now and now did they be able to sika and a you need marketing. And a marketing is no. And so be a reason you need more people. And you need back when I saw your marketing. They didn't say nipa 100 kind of baby marketing now. Omo di bibiaba omo commission. And it's a bit to me the Walmart bar, that's obenya commission. Obet me a prayers obet me a kochiaba. Obet me the your friend say CVS about on board. That's obenya the commission. Obeka kochiaba. You know as a organizer, you don't pay them marketing for the day. Almost the bar no match your commission. You know, you don't lose employ more marketing team to come and support your business. The honor some looking at. I think they are doing well, but almost structure them a very big, yeah. Very big.
But as a pa, I want you more what the Amayans Abre quickly. My main come say, Brana, I abre, ya a pound baby, my main and ready way, real quick way fee. 2 months and hobby almost. I agree with Anefi as part of social corporate responsibility. There, this institution can help if we approach them. We struggle because we are not creative. We if we 2 months and I feel so. Kamara ose ochia mu nyina. Okay, yeah, Breno, I be sorry. So, and I wish I could quickly talk about Shatawale's birthday now, or more year celebration, but time into them. But I mean, my last word now, and sorry. So, ladies first, Oba.
Ladies first. Okay. Well, this is our first show here, you know, us being on here. But Fifi, thank you so much for putting this together. We need a platform to do a lot of these things, right? We need, just like, you know, it's all about, you know, taking that initiative, putting a correct team together to do marketing, to do all these things. When Ghana for free Ghana banner, they need to promote something out. What platform do they go on? They're limited. And you know, I thank you so much for also putting this show together so that we can also say it's in New England, USA, we're also here. If you come, this show is available to you. So thank you so much for the wonderful topics as well. I know that we had a few technical difficulty, but I know that next time we'll be
on time. We'll be on time. Let's start 7:8.
Come on. It's, you know, well done as well. Thank you so much. That's all.
It was Anevi.
Be me fana we no mami da otua se meten and catch minia otua na fe omo hwe na da ma se minia ba so contribution o ya de na no ne bro for de pa asa aku no me fana we Blasters ye call World Cup no Ghana for na I say no ne on my last stop. I say Ghana na ye call World Cup no. Ehia bebre ni ehia on my Ghana no ye say Ghana man bi di World Cup ne de players na kwa ball na Ghana man ye tua ne ka. Nti no ye yie die no ye hwe ye nwene say de man bi yie e be benefit on man nyina no dan say ye be ko World Cup na ye bi ade qualify but ye ni nsu ni kanea ye kanea ye Africa jo and those are the things we need. After my last one ye energy na Ghana for e dey share lumba asemu no omo de sa energy no 10% kra e share Ghana man no empuntu mu a oman bi yi but you see a politicians na ye omo de because your attention na Columba case no until the parliament almost re ube komkura mo shatie no moma ekunaye ne side check ne ade ube politicians crash. I'm telling you just to draw attention no and free almost because omo nya omani ye nanka Ghana de Lumba warrior de if I ho ben Lumba warrior if I ho ben ye ni kania 24/7 ye nke ye ni ya pran enye emfa ye ho Ghana ye ni nsuo me ba abroche ye ndum ye ntopa me ho si atopa mu da Ghana mu nya nsuo kura no manom emfa mo ho chese bibia nkoso o mani krono gata chese niema basa they don't care
but when you energy for Lumba
when you energy and no medical Lumba asemo aka fifu kote my say problem say glem you today
Saglement. Minimum Macron.
It's
so sad.
More
than 300 or 500. Beautiful.
And for Ghana for home. Balumba somebody a fire home. Naka one is now may say Ghana for edge side check atum and pana. Na cannot think antisa Mama yan jene ne be benefit on my no na lumba de efa for so bia mre Ghana for mama mani na ho na sabe ma jene no wo form bebre. I'm telling you Ghana for na mo efie any omo wa bruche bebre na jene wo form. I'm telling you the fact.
But sorry, I know you're giving your last notes, but what did he say? I mean, sometimes the mainstream media is also contributing to this whole Lumba thing. Because if we don't progress, if we don't talk about it,
they are part. Yeah, they are part. They are part.
Well spoken,
Okay, thank you so much for coming. And then say Muniwa and can to me and yet showy maiden edition into me. And I'm say you better was quiet because there's a lot of issues out there we need to talk about, especially in Ghana and also in the States as well. And there's so many issues across America. The way people are getting so worried about things to do, things not to do, things to look out for, things to how to be very careful out there. Sabana say be when sense which here. There's a lot of things we need to talk about. Housing, housing. We'll be talking about all those things. Until I say Ghana, USA blend. Thank you so much for making this show possible.
Yeah, that's the be
Yes, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Wow, tago yeah, tago
by no catiko. I'm say onyadi eyi kakra ntino. You dey nkoma offer.
Okay.
All right. We'll talk soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Yeda mo nyina busiafo yeda mo nyina se da mo ase pa se mwatumi atena ye ho na maji entata bepeme sabre. We were supposed to start exactly 7 p.m. but unfortunately we had some technical hitches and intamaye ntumi and started media na mama ya chesa no so mo amutumi ehwe media nyina. Thank you so much for watching this show live, and this show is going to be every Saturday 7 p.m. If there's any change in the future, we'll make sure we'll communicate that to you, and then make sure because you are part of the show, you are part of the program. Now you didn't come out bebre na nyame ya adomo da sende bidin edefifi abedu anefi adjuman akofo bo afeso obaya jiwa ena ombeka me ho ayetwetwe nkomo nyame nhira mo ye besan ehie biom da sende.